Chris, what is our third main topic today?
Our third topic comes from Ed Minty. Hey, Team Campea. Greetings from England. As a big fan of Yellowstone and 1883, I was very excited to see that Dame Helen Mirren and Harrison Ford have been cast in the upcoming series 1932. Their characters have yet to be announced, but it feels like they could be playing a new generation of Duttons, as they are said to have starring roles. Excuse me. What are your thoughts and reactions? Bring on the filthy.
All right, thanks a lot for sending that in. And yeah, listen, you guys know Yellowstone, to me, it's not on air right now. They're in between seasons. But Yellowstone, to me, all due respect to Succession, is the best show on TV. I love both of those shows, but Yellowstone to me is just unbelievable. It's The Godfather and Sons of Anarchy, but on horseback. It's just phenomenal. And I was late to the party on 1883, but I watched it. I don't think it's quite as good as Yellowstone, but it was really good and really impressive. And, you know, the lead girl in there was almost one of our Wonder Twins until the axe of Zaslav fell.
Shame.
But anyway, really liked it. I know a lot of people were disappointed that they weren't continuing. But then yesterday, one of our viewers wrote in as we were getting close to the end of the show that they're doing a new Yellowstone prequel, but instead of 1883 Part 2, it is now 1932. This comes to us from the good folks over at The Wrap, who write the following. Helen Mirren and Harrison Ford are joining the Yellowstone universe in the upcoming series 1932 for Paramount Plus. 1932, which is the show's working title, is an origin story introducing the new generation of the Dutton family. It's set to explore the early 20th century when pandemics, historic drought, the end of Prohibition, and the Great Depression all plague the Mountain West and the Duttons who call it home. The streamer said in a release, details about their characters were not immediately available. Okay, first of all, any project with Helen Mirren and Harrison Ford, check. I mean, I'm already deeply invested in that. A sequel, prequel, do-over, part two-ish, whatever you want to call it, another Yellowstone series with them starring in it, awesome. Now, are they the lead characters in the show? I don't know. But here's the thing, for all those who watched 1883, if it's just 1932, so it's just like 50 years later, obviously these are not children of the Duttons at Helen Mirren and Harrison Ford's age. So they're not. So is Harrison Ford an older Tim McGraw? Is
Helen Mirren Faith Hill?
Is Helen Mirren?
I can see that.
Did Faith Hill develop an English accent and become Helen Mirren? I'm sure Helen Mirren will not be.
She just did a Madonna.
Or are they completely different characters altogether? Or completely different characters, which is fine. But if they're completely different characters, well, I mean, this is supposed to be the story of the Duttons. So are they the neighbors to the Duttons? Are they? I just don't know at this point. So I'm fascinated. Look, we don't have a lot of information, but what little information we've got in front of us, Helen Mirren, Harrison Ford, Yellowstone universe, done. I'm in. Whatever this is, I'm going to watch it. Anyway, Chris, you heard this news. What do you think about it?
I mean, you know, in my house, Helen Mirren is a national treasure.
Yes.
My husband loves her so much. He has such a crush on her. And he loves Harrison Ford. I think he's told you his Harrison Ford story. If not,
yes, he did.
It's ridiculous. So I'm sure this is something that'll be playing in our home. That being said, Aaron and I were having a really interesting conversation about this, just from an acting perspective, about casting these really, really big name actors in television and how that's kind of been a big thing lately.
Yeah.
And just how that affects the your average working actor. So I'm just going to go on a little bit of a little diatribe here of, you know, when we have these really, really big names taking roles in the television space, it does make it even harder for, you know, actors who aren't well known to get screen time, to get seen, because if they are leads, having somebody up there playing the lead role, the trickle down effect, typically, not always, is that we're going to have more A-list actors, which talent always is great. We love seeing big names and things. We love seeing a talented cast to come together, but it is making it more and more difficult for actors to break into the industry when movie stars are populating the TV landscape.
And not only for people wanting to break into the industry, those of us who are already in the industry.
In Oscar award-winning films.
But it really is, you know, I mean, I've always been very satisfied, and maintained being able to be a working actor, not having to wait tables, not having to have a second job. And so there's the journeyman, the quote, middle-class actors of people who are not massively famous, but also are not trying to break into the industry. A lot of my peers and colleagues, we are all in that same category. And it does make it that much more difficult just to have a job. It's like to take the fame aspect out of it. It does have a trickle down effect. Now, it's great for the viewers,
Yes.
obviously, who doesn't want to watch Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren. And to speak to your point, I can pretty much guarantee you they are not the leads of the show. They will certainly be the big names of the show, but they are not going to be in every scene of every episode, because neither Helen Mirren nor Harrison Ford would have signed a contract for a show that was going to force them to work that much. They probably agree. They probably have a deal, which is a thing that you can negotiate when you reach a certain level of, of success, which is, I'm not going to work on Mondays. I'm not going to work on Fridays. I have to be the last actor in on the day and the first actor out. I know actors who have that deal, and it's real sweet, and I guarantee you they have it, but it obviously limits the number of scenes that they're in. I'm not surprised to see that we have this show. This is such an incredible time in history, 1932, Great Depression, so many things were going on. And I think that the success of this world, the Yellowstone cinematic universe, or the Yellowstone streaming universe, as we're seeing develop, really is becoming the streaming MCU in the way that, as many comic book movies as we have now, they don't even hold a candle to the number of Westerns that were made. For 2 decades, the Western genre dominated the world of film, and then obviously the early days of television as well. And so we're seeing a hearkening back to that. America is such a young country, and our history is rooted in the American cowboy. We're seeing a
little bit of that in Outer Range as well. Right
exactly.
now.
We're really seeing this, and we have the story of the Mexican cowboys and black cowboys and all these incredible cowboy stories that have not, and cowgirl stories that have not been told. So I think that Taylor Sheridan is really tapping into something here, and I love the fact that he is expanding this universe, and I think it's fantastic. And I just hope that the more shows that there are like this, the more opportunities there will be for all levels of actors. Those come join us in the world of entertainment if you would like to be a young actor. We welcome you. For a journeyman actor,
they weren't going to be looking at any journeyman or young actors to play an 80-year-old and probably a 79-year-old.
But it does trickle down, because if you have Helen Mirren, the point that we were making was, if you have Helen Mirren playing the mom, then obviously I wasn't going to play the Helen Mirren role, but maybe I would have played her daughter. But guess what? If Helen Mirren's playing that role, Olivia Wilde or someone of that level is playing her daughter. And then who's playing the next door neighbor? It's going to, that's what I mean. That's what Chris was saying. It's the trickle down effect that makes it that much harder.
Yeah.
So
just to give another perspective from a working actor, because that's how we qualify for our health insurance,
Right.
is working a certain amount. But this is all a testament to Taylor's writing. The fact that these stories are so good.
Yeah, and these actors want to be in their
actors want to be in.
shows, yeah.
Actors are chomping at the bit to be a part of this universe. So, I mean, that's very exciting in itself, to be that sought after, to have these wonderfully amazing, talented actors who are just global phenomenons wanting to be in your project. That's huge.
And speaking of Taylor Sheridan, he has a show with Jeremy Renner that nobody is watching. It's called The Mayor of Kingstown. I know it sounds an awful lot like The Mayor of Easttown. Totally different thing.
Completely
Jonathan's
different.
completely like he's stunned by this.
Yeah.
This is only in studio mode. They see you.
So, but if you have not seen The Mayor of Kingstown, make sure you watch that. Another Taylor Sheridan thing. So anyway, guys, what do you guys think about this? Are you excited about 1932? I really am. Whatever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and leave those thoughts there. Guys, we want to take a minute and thank the sponsor of this video, ExpressVPN. Now, you guys have all already heard about ExpressVPN. I've talked about it a number of times in my videos. It's the best way to protect your privacy online and to give you that security online that we all need. And there's another practical reason why viewers of this show love using ExpressVPN. Take Netflix, for example. You see, thousands of shows on Netflix are only available outside of the US, so you need to change your country if you want to access them, and ExpressVPN lets you do just that. Because what the ExpressVPN app does is it encrypts your data and reroutes it through server locations of your choice. This not only protects your data, but it also lets you control which country you want Netflix to think that you're in. ExpressVPN lets you choose from over 90 different countries, so every time you run out of stuff to watch, you can just fire up the app on your laptop or smart TV, switch your country, and hit connect. And once you refresh your page, you'll get a brand new selection of shows. It's just that simple. And those reasons and many more is why ExpressVPN is the #1 rated VPN provider by publishers like TechRadar and The Verge. So guys, visit expressvpn.com/Campea right now and get 3 extra months of their service for free. That's expressvpn.com/Campea. Go to expressvpn.com/Campea to learn more.